I don't know if it's summer or something is happening in me. Something is shifting probably, but I am, you know what? I think I'm happy. And I think before now, I have experienced happiness only in small doses, short periods of times. And now my happiness has been lasting for, I don't know, maybe even the whole summer. I don't know. And that's interesting because I hate the heat, and the whole July was very hot and I hated every second of it. But at the same time, all the other things besides the heat were amazing. This is Julia and Julia's Knitting. I am drinking tea with milk today, which is a special thing for me because usually I drink tea, just tea, no sugar, no milk. But I recently watched a video of a British young woman who said that it was like a rare thing to drink just tea in Britain, that most of the people drink tea with sugar and with milk, and it was expected to, not everyone would agree for that, but it's expected to be offered. Like, would you like a cup of tea, sugar, milk, and you choose. I kind of knew that because we have a lot of English, British literature, right? And I don't know, films and series also. But yet, I was thinking about it, how the whole world has tea right now, but we are all like owning it with different recipes, with different traditions, so on. Interesting. Another fun fact, I don't know if it's fun. It's not, I don't know why I said that. Another fact is that I don't like tea bags. I like, what do you call it? When the tea is just, when you pour some tea into the teapot and then you pour hot water. That's the tea I like. Tea bags are usually for camping, extreme situation, or when you're out of tea, for example. Grab your favorite beverage, let's spend some time together. And first of all, a completely unplanned project that started spontaneously. I bought the yarn just in case, I didn't plan to make anything, and it just happened. I was on the roll, and I made myself this beautiful Halloween, I don't know what to call it. It's not big enough for a blanket, a throw maybe, I don't know what it is. I'm planning to use it as a blanket, but only for, I don't know, for shoulders or for the feet when I'm watching a movie or something, for the knees when I'm sitting somewhere. So I'm in a Halloween, in an autumn mood already. I'm sorry, you guys, that's a lie. I don't love summer. I put up with summer, to be honest, but I realize we need summer. There are a lot of good things about summer. The main of them is not needing to wear so many layers that it takes an hour just to get out of the house. You just put your feet into the slippers and you're ready to go. But otherwise, I don't know. The fruit, of course, eating fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh everything, swimming, sure. But you know what? It's the 15th, the 17th, the 18th of August, and for a couple of weeks I've been ready for autumn, I'm trying to not hurry myself, get into the autumn mood too early, because I'd love to enjoy every season, every minute, every period of life, every period of existing. And yet I understand that, first of all, autumn is my favorite season because it's still not too cold, it's very beautiful, and it's mysterious, it's giving me vibes of murder mystery detective stories, reading Agatha Christie, all my favorite things, apple pies. I don't know, it's beautiful, it's just beautiful. And that's why I decided to accept these desires in me. And I bought some Halloween yarn. I told you all about it in the last episode. If you haven't seen it, you can go and watch it. And among this yarn was a set of 6 or 8, 6 skeins of 6 balls of yarn, 2 of the orange, 2 of the multicolor, 1 of the black, and 1 of the violet, dark purple. This. Okay, does it add up? 2, 2, 1, and 1. Yes, it's okay. There were 6. And I bought them just because, and I thought I wanted to crochet. I'm kind of more into crochet in summer and more into knitting in winter, a little bit. And I knew I wanted to, it's cotton, I knew I wanted to crochet with it. And that's what I did. I just started making granny squares and made them until I was out of yarn. This way I got, I think 45, if I'm not mistaken, 45 granny squares. I arranged them somehow because there was not an even number. And the main thing is it made me so happy. It made me happy. It still makes me happy. It reminds me of autumn coming soon. And you know what? Not for the first time in my life, I notice and I try to remember and remind myself once in a while that we need projects that are just, I saw the yarn, I bought it. I wanted to make a granny square, a flower, a something, anything of it. I made it just because. Not because I planned and wanted, I don't know, I need a cardigan because I have enough jumpers, not that kind of thing. A spontaneous, something that you just want to make. If you just bought some yarn because you liked it, that's okay. That's not necessarily wasting money. That may be making yourself happy. Try not to forget that. I was buying a lot of yarn and this was like an extra and I didn't want to spend more money. But I would love actually to buy another, maybe sometime I will, another set. And if you have 2 sets of this yarn, it's called Halloween, I guess. I will leave a link in the description, of course, so that you can buy the set too. But you see the size. If you buy 2 sets, you will get yourself a pretty decent sized blanket. You can make it, a narrow long one, or you can make it a square. But anyway, the size will be, very nice. And if you get yourself 3 sets, I think it's good. You can make a bed cover or anything. So this is the only finished object of this episode. I didn't finish anything else, but I started a lot of things. First, the mitten I showed you last time is going on. This is it. As you can see, I'm already making the thumb. My husband tried it on. It's long enough for his fingers. That's okay. So this is a scrap project. I'm just using up all the yarn I have left from the socks I've been knitting. I told you this technique. I don't know if you can call it a technique. You just take the yarn. You can choose blindly, just take it out of the basket with your eyes closed, or you can assign something, some kind of a order, and you make the same amount of rows for each yarn. And this is what you get. When you have a pair, they look obviously like they are a pair, but not identical, because you get a little bit of a different stripes here, so on a different level. So it looks, I love it when paired things are not identical, a little bit different. But I only work on that, in a car, or we visited our friends at their in the country at their at their country house. And while we were talking, I worked on that because it's just stockinette stitch. So while I'm working on the other things, I am not touching it. The next project is made out of the same yarn from the same, not the same yarn, of the yarn from the same order from Hobby. It came with this one. Again, if you haven't watched the last episode, it's all in there. I watched 5, for me it's Halloween colors, although when I was choosing them online, I thought that they looked more muted, probably. They are like fun in person, more fun, at least these 3. I knew that this was gonna be fun, and I wanted it to be. This is my accent color. This is just gray, so it's very muted. But these 3, you know, when I was choosing them, I wanted a muted palette because I already have quite a bright scarf in my Ravelry store, and I wanted a more muted version for someone who prefers it. Now I'm thinking, I don't know yet if if they are muted and as muted as I was imagining them, but I love the design I came up with. I decided that I wanted to make it a crochet scarf because, first of all, it's cotton, and it's kind of, it's very cotton, you know. Sometimes cotton is blended with something and it's you can't feel the cotton, but here it's like the usual cotton, very soft, very pleasant to touch. And this kind of cotton, for me, it's difficult for me, I don't know why, to knit with it. I prefer crocheting with it. The second reason is I already have a pattern for knitters in my Ravelry store, a Halloween scarf pattern. So I decided that the second one might be for crocheters. That might be, I don't know, the right thing to do. So after making loads, I don't have them right here with me, but I made, I don't know, probably 15 swatches, both knitted and crocheted. And after making all of them, I understood that the best thing to see this yarn was going to be kind of a sample scarf, I would say. So just different charts, different patterns, different crochet patterns for different colors. And the result, you know, when I made this much, I was doubting. When I made this much, it was better. Now, when I'm already repeating the pattern for the second time, I love it. I have written down everything, like the major steps, but of course I will finish it. I will finish the sides. I'm thinking about single crocheting all over the scarf. I will think about the fringe and mostly about the color of it. When I was putting this together, I had one thing in mind. I was thinking about having the violet, the color violet, the most of all, like the most stripes here are violet, and yellow the least of all. There is just one stripe of yellow in a pattern, in a 26-row pattern. So far, I'm loving it. It's giving, you know, rustic and Prada at the same time. I'm not being modest today, am I? I'm hoping this is going to be a pattern, and I'm hoping this is going to be a pattern by this Halloween. I'm not promising anything, guys, because you know how it gets sometimes, but I'll try. I think it's possible. It's August. I will try. And the last thing I'm working on, and I don't even know if I'm working on it, because it's a Christmas present. This is the same haul from Hobby. It's not sponsored, I just like it. It's a big 400 meter and 200 grams skein of yarn. It's quite bulky. I'm using 6mm needles, I chose it for my cousin because she likes orange and she likes this kind of colors. I think she has clothes that she might wear it with, and I want to make her a scarf. But while I was starting, are you like that too? When I start a new project, I have to like start over, well, sometimes 2 times, and that's a lucky option, but sometimes like 5-10 times. I start over, and sometimes I start over, but then I come back to the first option, for example. But it's just, I don't know, I just can't do it from the first try. I can't, think about it for a long time. Draw something, I don't know, make some sketches, and then start it one time. No, I have to start it over and over again. So I don't know if it's the final pattern. I didn't find anything in the stores that I wanted to make. To be honest, I didn't look for a very long time. I want it to be simple because, I don't know, she is a kind of woman who prefers, very calm, classical items, garments. She's also very sporty, so she often skis, plays different sports. Often she needs to wear something very comfortable so that after work or after, going to the theater, she can go to a slope. So bearing all this in mind, I want to make something very classy, very calm, very, very simple, but at the same time, of course, amazing, which fits her, which just makes her happy. So I don't know. I also thought about making, what do you call it? A collar, I forgot the name. Jesus, I forgot the name. You know the thing, this collar that you wear, you pull your head through it and it's like here. Jesus. Could you comment what it's called? Because I'm totally blanking. But I don't think the yarn is soft enough for this, because it definitely will be hugging your neck, her neck. The scarf you can put over a coat, right? But in case of the collar, it will be on your neck. So I'm not sure. I don't think it's soft enough for that. This is all the knitting I have. That means that I only need to tell you about the book of the week. And this is still a summer book by Tove Jansson, and it's still amazing. I have probably 1 chapter left to read, and I won't talk a lot about it because I think I told you everything last time. I'll just say that it is one of the books where you don't have a plot. Like, there is no character who becomes a hero, Peter Parker becomes a Spider-Man, or at least a very shy and modest girl becomes a confident woman and gets the job and the guy. Nothing like that. They are just stories about living a life on an island. And after reading several of these stories, you start thinking about your life, you start remembering things that happened to you and analyzing them. I love this. I don't even know what to call it. A genre, a way of writing. I love it. The other obsession of mine for this last, not even 2 weeks, I think 1 week or maybe several days, has been Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries series. Oh, I think I'm going to sleep. I'm falling asleep and I'm waking up with the same thought. And it's not a thought, it's just imagining the parts of the show, the scenes with Miss Fisher in those gorgeous dresses, outfits. Of course, I can't wait when they finally go on a date or kiss, or I don't know, in the face of danger, give up to their feelings with Detective Inspector Jack Robinson, and Friday finally acts with the same amount of bravery and confidence as she usually does with all the other people in her life, especially lovers. It's a series I will add to watch, you know, whenever I'm PMSing, feeling down, and, you know, just wanting to stay home and be cozy and make some cocoa. So if you have missed this series when it came out, I think it was 2015, probably 12 to 15, look into it. There is also a film, but I haven't watched it yet. I think that's it. I hope I didn't tire you too much with my talking. I feel like I've been talking more than usual today. I'm very happy you spent some time with me. I'm very thankful to all of you who come back, who subscribe. If you're enjoying this kind of thing, let's be online YouTube friends. Let's knit together, let's craft together, let's share patterns and so on. Thank you again for being with me. I publish videos every other week. And please tell me in the comments, what are you making right now? I am always looking for new patterns, not necessarily new chronologically, but new for me. So whatever you're making, please share. See you next time. Bye.